The 42 car, the Schnitzer BMW Lehto is the GT pole sitter today, starting 16th.
The power of the new BMW and even up the playing field. Now, I'd like to be able to show you exactly how they've done that, but the measurements involved are so tiny that it's really almost impossible. What they've done is, if you can look here, airflow into the engine goes through a size 30 millimeters wide. That's a little wider than the neck of this water bottle. Now, they've narrowed it on the BMW. Well, what is the difference? The difference is the BMW has lost a little bit of top-end speed, a little bit of punch out of the corners, and with the inclines here around Laguna Seca, that has made the battle closer between Porsche and BMW. So much so, in fact, that Sascha Massen's Porsche was fastest in the morning warm-up and qualified third. That is the race, in the final race at the Petit Le Mans. It could all change again.
Watching J.J. Lehto with one of those newly more restricted V8 BMWs built, but he's been the class of the field here in the early going. He and his teammate Fredrik Ekblom running 1-2 in GT.
He is, and he is driving so well. I think that's a large part of it. You see Jörg Müller and J.J. Lehto, they're ahead by a little bit, not a huge gap. Sascha Massen and Lucas Luhr could easily catch up if they have a strong day today. And based on what Martin just brought out, they did have the quickest lap in warm-up, and right now they're losing ground, but who knows what the plan is for them. They may be playing a waiting game.
Luhr rides third, made time. The car immediately in front of him, about 12 seconds in front. Jörg Müller in car number 42, and you can get a look there at the CGL telemetry in that race car.
Yeah, wouldn't you love a street car like an M3 that accelerates like this? I would take any M3 to start with. I mean, particularly in California. I think if God made a place for M3s, it's got to be out here around Monterey. Spectacular roads and countryside, and great sound to hear the straight cut gears whining.
The 42 that you're riding in, 10th overall right now. There's the GT leader, 9th overall, the 43 with Dirk Müller on board.
Such pretty cars, really good looking machines. They have giant brakes on them, plus that wonderful high horsepower motor.
V8 motor in these cars mid-season. They've been restricted a little more. The air restrictors, as we told you at the top of the broadcast. At least 3 American Le Mans Series races coming up here on NBC Sports next summer. Washington will be back at Mosport in Bowmanville, Ontario, Canada, just outside Toronto in August. And in September, back here at Mazda Raceway, Laguna Seca, Monterey, California. Bill, my first trip here. It's been a wonderful weekend. This is just a great place to come and watch some of the finest road racing in the world.
It is amazing. It's such a famous course, been around forever. They always get giant turnouts. I mean, this is our 3rd race in a row that we've done now and seen so many spectators turn up, families galore. Place is packed.
Taking a look at the overall running order up at the top of your screen as we watch Dirk Müller in car number 43. 9th overall, one of the Schnitzer BMWs, leading at GT. His teammate Jörg Müller.
And the fact that it is Alex Job Racing, for BMW to be ahead so strongly, these are just phenomenally good cars.
Riding with Jörg Müller, one of the Schnitzer factory pilots. Jörg in the 42 car is 9th overall, 2nd in GT behind his teammate Dirk Müller. Heading up the backside of the racetrack all alone as the laps wind down at the Monterey Sports Car Championships. We show you the category leaders. There is more to come. Our NBC Sports coverage of the American Le Mans Series Monterey Sports Car Championships being brought to you today by BMW. Find yours at BMWUSA.com.
Self has done the minimum required distance to qualify as a finisher, but only if it takes the checkered flag. So Didier is sitting in the California sun stewing. He has 1 lap to go in this race to make sure that the team win the championship. They've changed the entire rear end. Everything back of the engine was changed in 45 minutes behind the wall, and they are ready to go for the final lap of the race, and they will go out in the last minute to do it.
Now this is more or less a sprint race, under 3 hours in length, but this is something you might see at Le Mans. Pretty typical at the 24 hours of Le Mans. Riding with one of the BMWs. Documented earlier, they changed tire brands in the middle of the season. And Mosport, they went to Dunlop from Goodyear. As we watch your GT leader, Dirk Müller, in the 43 car, one of the Schnitzer machines, 8th overall, 1st in class.
Now will be the LM 675 champion this year, so congratulations to Didier.
Renegades from Monaco. 2nd place car in GT, the 42, Jörg Müller, 10th overall. Down toward turn 5.
And it sure sounds like he is going awfully slowly. I see the heat coming off the side, but
if he is in trouble, he could lose second spot here to one of the McKenna Alex Joe Porsches. Calvin Fish, what are you hearing about this?
Well, we got a report earlier that he got contact with the team and said, I've got some kind of strange vibration in the front end. They scurried around, typical Schnitzer deal, had a big powwow, and they determined that there's probably some tire buildup, not on the tire itself, but inside the rim. Sometimes they get a lot of rubber buildup as the marbles form out on the racetrack, and they think they just put the tire out of balance, and it's certainly cost him the win here today unless Dirk hits trouble. But the Porsche keeps pressuring him, and they're trying to get some points back here. But Jörg is still in a good position here today to try and move ahead with this driver championship.
Well, Calvin, I could hear something new in that he did not shift all the way from the corkscrew all the way down to that corner. I think he's in gearbox problems and that is locked in one gear.
Two-car comes across as the overall winner. The Schnitzer BMWs will finish 1, 2 in GT, 9th and 10th overall, beating the Porsche of Lucas Luhr.
Nice finish, guys.
Best finish of the season for the champion group, and for Piero and Bila, their second win of the season. They were second here 1 year ago. Let's show you our BMW GT standings. Unofficially, Jörg Müller takes the win. Perhaps team orders in action there. Dirk Müller had been out in front going into the last lap. They finish in second. Luhr and Maassen, Auberlen and Said, one of the other BMWs, as we show you 7th through 12th in the GT category.
We're down here with Jörg Müller. Jörg, it looked like Dirk had a little bit more than you out there on the track. I know you had a tire vibration, but then team orders look like they're really pushing you for the championship right now.
Yeah, I mean, it's just one race to go after that, so I think it's allowed to have a little bit of politics at the moment. Dirk and Freddie, you know, thanks a lot to them. They did a fantastic job, were fast the whole weekend and let us by at the end. I mean, they're going to have a chance probably next year, but thanks to them. On the other hand, you know, I didn't push anymore at the end. I saw that I could pull away from 23 Porsche, and the 10 BMW was out of the race, I think, already. So they're the only competitors in the championship, so I just took it easy.
Great run today. Let's get over to Martin Haven.